Come along and watch me install a battery cutoff switch in our Cherokee travel trailer. Why did I need a battery switch? Well, I would go put it in storage for about a month between camp trips, and every time I went to get my trailer, I would raise the tongue jack to hitch up, and the battery would be really, really low. It'd be groaning and not really wanting to jack it up. I'd have to plug it into the car and let it charge for a while before I could hitch up. And I couldn't figure out what was draining the battery, and I searched around and I figured out a few things. Number one, I had left the TV antenna booster on and it's not switched off. And another thing was that the LP sensor apparently has a full-time draw on the battery. And another thing is the light switches for the accent lighting, the blue LED light strips, well, they have little full-time glowing blue lights in them that are on all the time. So these things combined, they drain the battery. So I decided that I just needed a master switch of some sort. It didn't look like it was going to be easy to accomplish inside the trailer at the access panel, so I just decided to buy a cutoff switch and put it between the battery and the rest of the trailer. For about 20 bucks, I found a cutoff switch that was meant for a boat. It had a nice knob that actually removed, which gave me a small sense of security that I could turn the battery off and take the switch with me, and it would be hard for somebody to raise the tongue jack to haul away my trailer. The switch is a Marinco 701 Contour single battery switch. It's the model 701. So I gathered up my assistant and started reading the instructions and trying to figure out how I was going to install this thing. I originally thought I was going to mount it to my trailer frame, but I got a little chicken to start drilling into my brand new trailer at that time. So at this time I'm going to stop narrating and just show some video of me doing the work. Anyway, enjoy.
Another thing I found I needed was a battery cutoff switch. The LP sensor and some other stuff is drawing enough that by the time I've stored it a month and I go raise the tongue jack and then put it back down on my car, it's pretty much dying. So I figured it's just stuff inside the trailer, leakage currents, draining the battery. So I'm going to install this battery cutoff switch. So the battery disconnect switch, pretty basic, has a couple of lugs. I believe that's for the negative side. Hopefully I don't have to do the positive side because I bought negative size cables and the lugs are different sizes. It comes with a little bottom cover. Comes with some side covers so you can come in at any angle. It provides you with a couple of different label options. It's pretty basic. I thought it would come with hardware to mount it. Don't see that. Kind of funny, they give you the distance measurements for the lugs, but they don't give you the distance measurement for the mounting holes. So I'm going to have to basically take the lid as a template and mark my trailer where I want to put the screw holes in, and then drill some holes for some self-tapping screws that I have to go buy. I'm a little disappointed that it didn't come with anything. Alright, the reason I chose this switch over the one from Camping World from Camco is that the knob is removable. So it's in the off position, indicator is red here. I can turn it on and the indicator is green there. And then I can turn it all the way this way and pull the knob off. Well, that way somebody can't, at least without one of these, can't raise the tongue jack to hitch up and steal my RV. I mean, I'm sure they could be inventive and find other ways, but I think, any small deterrent makes it easier for them to go to the next rig. I bought some 2-inch number 10 screws. Fancy painted ends. 65 cents a piece. Holy cow. Alright, I don't know what size hole to drill for a number 10 stainless steel sheet metal screws. So I'm going into steel. The guides, you know, they say for wood, for sheet metal. I don't know what it's going to be for steel. I found this old paint lid. It's thicker than you know, the sheet metal that I have, but thinner than steel, so I don't know. I'm gonna practice with the screw before I start drilling into the trailer. Well, now I'm considering that I might just want to bring this up through, and you can see it's kind of designed to be a recessed, and it could come up in through the bottom, and just this round part would stick up out of here. Although it would get in the way of my locking theory. I had a theory of how I was going to lock the batteries down, but I think I'm going to do it this way. I got to see if I have a hole saw that size. I'm going to do that. If I have to replace the battery box, it's $9. Trailer, you know, I would be killed for ruining it. Logically enough, the hole size is exactly the same size as the hole needed for a household door. So I drilled a hole in the top, and I only have one hand, so I'm going to connect it and then I'll show you. Okay, I wired up the bottom of the box. On the other side it has these two screw holes to come from the top to hold it in. Now I don't know what they intended to do to hold the plate. Must have to use nuts and bolts to go all the way through. I don't know. Figure something out. I'm also pre-tap my screws to go from the top, and then I'm going to put some shower silicone on the inside around there so water isn't dripping on my battery all the damn time. Put some sealant around that perimeter and around that, and I'll put a little in the screw holes. Well, there's what it looks like with the screw on. I think I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of spray paint on the screw heads. Maybe it'll camouflage the mess a little bit, I don't know. Okay, got it screwed in. Doesn't look horrible. Put a couple of screws to hold the panel on. Go hook it up. A little rewire. The way I was going to hook it up was only going to turn off one battery. So the battery from the trailer, the white one, is coming into the switch. The wire coming out of the switch is going to this side of the battery. Then this one's going over to the other battery. Then the hot wire from the trailer is going over to that battery. And then the wire's coming over to this one. So a little adjustment. Well, here's the finished product. Dress it out. Turn the thing off. Remove the plug. Turn it back on. There we go.
Well, clearly you can see that I am not a craftsman by trade, but you know what? I have a battery switch that turns on and off, and my battery doesn't go dead anymore. So I call it a success. Hope you enjoyed the show. Happy trails.